Hi.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at League references and Easter eggs in Arcane. We'll be covering both Seasons 1 and 2, so this is your spoiler alert. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 20. Brambleback Code Phrase. Darting through the shafts beneath Jace's lab in Season 2, Episode 2, Heimerdinger references a jungle monster very familiar to players thanks to the red Brambleback on Summoner's Rift.
The Brambleback has left the jungle.
You do realize code phrases don't work when you make them up on the spot.
This one gave us a good chuckle. Want more jungle monsters? Singed traps a greater merc wolf to create Warwick. Jinxed and Isha's bugs Stinkmaw and Scuttlebutt are tongue-in-cheek references to Vilemaw and Scuttle Crabs.
The devilish. The wretched. Stinkmaw! And in the other gray corner, the challenger. A rising star with hideous mandibles and a face that would make a bro mother squirm. The creepy. The dastardly. Scuttlebutt!
Oh, and did you notice that the Kiramans hunt raptors? You can see this in a family portrait in Season 1, and a mounted raptor head in Season 2. Number 19. Janna. While most of Arcane's protagonists are League champions, that still means that only about a dozen of the game's 169 playable characters appear on screen, at least in the flesh. However, there are plenty of references to them. The wind spirit Janna, aka Zaun's guardian, can be spotted in a mural in Season 2, Episode 2, as destitute Zaunites pray for aid. We see another depiction of Janna in the next episode when Jinx lures Vi and Caitlyn into a subterranean chamber. Jinx even references Janna's elemental powers.
Don't you remember the old Janna bedtime stories Vander used to tell us? Miners trapped underground, air running thin, but then some wispy wind woman wafts to their rescue.
Number 18. Fishbones Foreshadowed. Season 1 culminated in Jinx firing on Piltover with her signature rocket launcher, Fishbones.
We'll show them. We will show them all.
This weapon was actually foreshadowed back in Act 1. Powder has a similarly shaped pillow, and we see designs for the weapon in her drawings. At the time, only League fans would have recognized these. Seems like she's been dreaming about Fishbones for quite a while. On Powder's wooden box is another Easter egg, wings that might reference Jinx's Star Guardian skin.
I can help them.
Number 17. Claggor's Goggles.
Couldn't we have at least just walked there?
Obviously, no one missed Claggor's goggles. They're right there on his head, but what only League fans would have noticed is that these are part of Vi's League character design. We see them again in Jinx's hideout, where dolls of Claggor and Milo keep her company.
Savika will clean it up. Savika's a regular Johnny on the spot.
In Season 2, Vi retrieves these goggles while hunting for her estranged sister, and adds them to her gear in the next episode. Number 16. Pentakill Tattoo. The logo for Riot Games' virtual heavy metal band first pops up in Season 1, Episode 1, graffitied on a wall. It makes a more notable appearance in Episode 4, where we see the state of Zaun now that Silco has taken over. A hulking figure is getting the Pentakill logo tattooed on his back. Now that's a fan. Also in this sequence, by the way, there's a sign to the right of a Chem Baron sucking in pure air that reads Herald's Palace, which could be a reference to the Rift Herald. Number 15. Raven Familiar.
The world is a perilous place for a solitary mage. Sister.
According to Arcane showrunner Christian Link, a future spin-off will explore Noxus, Ionia, and Demacia. Mel's arc also seems to be heading towards Noxus. In lore, Noxus is ruled by Swain, arguably the big bad of the League universe. Thanks to his pact with the Demon of Secrets, Rom, Swain can summon demonic ravens. A mysterious six-eyed raven appears in Arcane, seemingly rummaging for Hextech. Was it sent by the Grand General or Rom himself? We'll have to wait and see.
The monsters of today will be the heroes of tomorrow. And by my hand will Noxus rise once more.
Jarvan IV. Speaking of regions to be explored in a spin-off, Arcane's second season also had a few Easter eggs alluding to the Exemplar of Demacia, Jarvan IV. A play in Piltover apparently dramatizes Jarvan's coronation. We see banners featuring his face and a replica of his crown on stage. We wish we could watch that play, but we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that the royal himself does indeed show up for the spin-off. Number 13. Kindred Masks. Here's a cunning nod to yet another champion. In Season 1, a quick shot shows a man and woman wearing the wolf and lamb mask of Kindred, the Spirit of Death. Fans have suggested that the man is the same person who later bestows his services to Ambessa.
Squeeze, child. You won't break it.
There's surely some symbolism there, given Ambessa's obsession with being merciless like a wolf, which has given rise to ample theories on Reddit for those who wish to dig a little deeper. Number 12. Gentleman Cho'Gath. This was truly a blink and you'll miss it moment. After Powder accidentally dumps the gang's loot in the series' first episode, the dejected crew enter a dilapidated building.
It's all right, Powder. At least you're okay.
Okay, what about us? I get my face bashed in and she just gets a pass?
Yep.
Inside is an elevator that descends into the Undercity. Eagle-eyed viewers will have noted something curious about the paintings on the wall in the entryway. One of them is a portrait of champion Cho'Gath, specifically the Voidborn's beast skin Gentleman Cho'Gath, released in 2010. Number 11. Caitlyn's 90 caliber net.
Hope I was worth your time.
When Caitlyn turns Vi over to Ambessa in Season 2, Episode 6, it turns out to be a clever ruse. Beforehand, Caitlyn has handed Vi a device to use on the Matriarch of War, her 90 caliber net from League. Once freed from her handcuffs, Vi punches the net into Ambessa. Arguably, the season also gave us Caitlyn's ult, Ace in the Hole, which other champions can intercept to save a teammate, as Vi does, in a way, to prevent Isha from becoming an accidental kill.
Kate, move!
Scram, kid!
Kate, she's a child!
Move! She's not getting away again!
Number 10. Ekko's weapon. Season 2 saw Ekko invent the Zero Drive that gives him the temporal powers we know from League. In the series finale, he uses these abilities against Victor and his machine army. This power was foreshadowed in his Season 1 fight with Jinxed, where his mind flashes back to their play fights as kids, allowing him to anticipate her reactions. The series finale also had him finally getting his signature melee weapon, the Hand of a Clock Tower.
That device can't be.
Number 9. The Machine Herald. Players know Victor as the Machine Herald, so it was a treat when Jinx coined the alias in Season 2's 6th episode.
Do you think it could actually work?
Underground utopia run by a skinny tin Machine Herald. Maybe when Piltover slides into the sump.
Another neat nod came when Victor used the words Glorious Evolution, recalling the phrase he utters when players pick him in League. Join the Glorious Evolution.
The final, glorious evolution.
He refers to Glorious Evolution again in a later episode, sealing the concept to his character.
We are one. This is the glorious glorious evolution.
Number 8. Heimerdinger's turret. Among the revered inventor's niftiest inventions are, of course, his turrets. We glimpse one of these at work in the second episode of Season 2.
Now what's this?
But instead of firing deadly projectiles, this one is blowing bubbles to amuse refugees in the Firelight hideout. Bubbles aside, the basic design resembles Heimerdinger's H23G evolution turret, which turns out to be a lot more versatile than we thought. Number 7. Tryndamere's helmet.
We're closed. We'll open up.
For good. You can take your worthless junk elsewhere.
Benzo's shop in Season 1 is a treasure trove of Easter eggs. One of the most exciting hangs right over the door, the helmet of Tryndamere, the Barbarian King. Meanwhile, Benzo is examining the Heart of Gold, a gold-generating item retired from the game in 2012. On a shelf sits Rabadon's death cap, showing that Benzo is running quite the shop. When Ekko spies on his conversation, you can spot an Eye of the Oasis, alongside 3 masks. The one on the left looks a bit like Jin's, the middle like the item Leandri's Anguish, and the one on the right like a Blood Moon mask. Number 6. Get Jinxed. Jinx's league debut in 2013 was commemorated with the song Get Jinxed by Agneta Sjöslud from the band Jerv. The awesome animation for the music video was done by none other than Fortiche, the same studio that produced Arcane. In Season 1, Jinx is bopping along to just that song in her hideout. In Season 2, we hear another quick snippet coming from Savika's arm. Savika may not be impressed, but Jinx is definitely a fan. Jerv has a song on the second season soundtrack, by the way, Rebel Heart. Number 5. The Deceiver. Who's the mysterious sorceress representing the Black Rose? While it isn't explicitly revealed in the show, we can make a pretty good guess. In lore, the matron of the Black Rose is the champion LeBlanc, whose distinct eye makeup we seem to glimpse in Arcane Season 2, Episode 5. The thorny chains this shadowy figure throws out resemble red versions of LeBlanc's ethereal chains. A further connection is LeBlanc's nickname, the Deceiver.
I see your face, Deceiver. Sly girl.
Number 4. Warwick's Blood Hunt. There were already signs in Season 1 connecting Vander and the uncaged Wrath of Zaun. The champion was once a human who put down his blade to live a better life. After Singed's experiments, he only remembers blood and a little girl screaming. Season 2 confirmed the connection. This makes sense of Warwick's in-game dialogue to Jinx. You were there, and let me forget. The show dramatized some of the jungler's abilities, including his W, Blood Hunt. We might also be seeing his ult, Infinite Duress, when he tears into Rictus. Number 3. Singed's backstory.
We have our answer now, don't we? Dr. Revik.
Arcane did an incredible job of humanizing its characters, including its villains. In original League lore, Singed and Orianna are unrelated characters. After Orianna fell ill, her father, an artificer named Colin Revik, replaced her body parts with clockwork to keep her alive. Eventually, Orianna abandoned her father, leaving him with a golden dancer that needs no key. Arcane retcons this so that Singed is Colin Revik, rounding out his character. You really had to know the lore to recognize what the writers had done here.
Precisely what are you trying to cure?
That affliction we all suffer. Death.
Number 2. Team logos. The level of detail in Arcane is mind-blowing. The passion and dedication of Fortiche Studio shows in every frame. And that goes beyond the animation and narrative to numerous little nods for League players. In a parallel world, as Ekko wanders across the Bridge of Progress between Zaun and Piltover, we see a wheel marked with mysterious symbols. These are actually the logos of the League of Legends esports teams, including some of the top world's teams.
Go spin the wheel and see where it lands.
Number 1. Hints of Teemo. While the Swift Scout doesn't bounce onto the screen in Arcane, we do see an illustration of his furry face as Silco's henchman browses through a book in Season 1. Season 2 gave us a few more Easter eggs. The Yordle is depicted on the wall of the arcade where Vander's fosterlings used to hang out. Isha's hat closely resembles Teemo's, complete with goggles. And Savika's slot machine arm features mushrooms that recall Teemo's puff caps. Which of these did you catch? Did you notice any we missed? Tell us in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.